Alright guys, this is L555, Corey, coming back to you after a period of absence which was frankly far too long. So what are we doing today? Today we are starting on a new adventure, literally a brand new adventure. If you saw my teaser just a couple of days before, you know exactly what we're going to be playing. So we are going to be playing Pokemon Fire Red. Now this is a remade version for the Game Boy Advance, which was originally for Game Boy Color, which I must admit I probably spent far too much time in. Now what's going through the screen at the moment is all your starter instructions for anyone that's new to the game. To be honest, I've seen all this before, done it all before, so I'm actually just going to go straight into it. And who's this chap here?
Hello there! Glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession. But first, tell me a little bit about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or are you a girl? Well, difficult choice, let me just check. Yeah, we're definitely a boy. Let's begin with your name. What is...
So I'm going to be filling out here, I'm just going to use my actual name. And so we can get this adventure started. So this, as I said, is the remade version of the classic for the Game Boy Color. Originally, you didn't get to actually pick your gender, you were just kind of shown you are this character, and that's basically all that you got. So, your name, Corey.
Right, so your name is Corey.
Yes.
This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies. What was his name now?
Now, this is actually quite interesting because in the original game you got to pick between blue, Gary and so many other colours, but I like the fact that it brought it as green, as the opposing version of this is obviously leaf green, but we're just going to stick with Gary. It's what the sprite's most known as, other than blue from as well, so we'll go with Gary, seems perfect. So,
was it Gary?
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
That's right, now I remember. His name is Gary. Corey, your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go!
Now, one of the first things I'm actually going to do is edit the speed text because it is far too slow for me to read. As you can tell, there we go. Now, I will apologise because I am running this on a bit of a Frankenstein setup to be able to get it to record. However, here we are in our room with a lovely green polka dot carpet. It's actually quite a big room for such a little kid. So what we'll do is we'll go into here and we'll pick up the normal potion. Yes, we will withdraw one potion. So let's continue on. We've got some bookshelf up there. We've got a NES. Nice. Although to be fair, nowadays, when this was brought in 2004, it's maybe not the most up-to-date system, so can't complain. It's a posted notice. If you're confused, ask for help, use the LRR buttons. Okay, I don't think I will leave it. Cool. Hey mom! What's cracking? Hello? You just gonna ignore me? Okay, I'll sit here. Hello? Hello? Okay. What have you got to say?
Right, all boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. Oh yes, Professor Oak next door was looking for you.
Okay, thanks. I'm a 10-year-old kid, just wait to walk out. You know, it's fine. Do that anywhere normal would be, but, you know, okay, whatever. So let's go into the
Pokélab here. Oak's Pokemon Research Lab. So let's have a little look inside. Oh, here's Gary. What? It's only Corey. Gramps isn't around. Oh, okay, thanks. Thanks, bro. Much appreciated. You know. So let's have a little look, see where we can find Professor Oak. He's not down here. Not there. Not there. Is he over here? Hey, wait! Don't go out! It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me. Grams, I'm fed up with waiting. Gary, let me think. Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Here, Corey. There are 3 Pokemon here. Ha ha ha. The Pokemon held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now, in my old age, I have only these 3 left. You can go ahead and have one. Go choose. Hey, Grams! No fair! What about me? Be patient, Gary. You can have one too. So let's have a little look what we have in here. In the middle we have... Squirtle. It's your choice. Is that one worth raising? So, Corey, have you decided on the water Pokemon Squirtle? No. What's the next one? Charmander is your choice. You should raise it patiently. So, Corey, are you claiming Charmander? No, not go for that one either. What's in here? I see. Bulbasaur is your choice. It's very easy to raise. So, Corey, do you want to go with the grass Pokemon Bulbasaur? I think it's going to be a decent choice. Yeah, why not? Let's go with Bulbasaur, the #1 Pokemon, literally. This Pokemon's really quite energetic. Corey received the Bulbasaur from Professor Oak. Do you want to give your Bulbasaur a nickname? And yes, we will be giving it a nickname. So, let's have a little look. Now, all my nicknames I like to give are kind of ironic, so let's have a little look. So we are going to call our Bulbasaur Iceberg. Just purely because it reminds me of the lettuce. And actually thinking about it, it'd help if I knew how to spell it. Derp. Let's go. There's some music kind of stuck there. I'll take this one then. So Gary received a Charmander. This is going to be absolutely hilarious. So let's just have a little go out. Wait, Corey! Let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Oh, this is going to be fantastic. So, in our first Pokemon battle, we are versing rival Gary would like to battle, so let's have at him. And of course, we know what Pokemon he's just picked up. It is his Charmander, so go Iceberg! Let's have a little look. Oh, for Pete's sake! So pushy as always. Corey, you've never had a Pokemon battle before, have you? Oh, this is more just the instructions and stuff again. Yeah, we'll just skip. If you don't know, it's basically get the other Pokemon's health down to 0. And then you win. So let's have a little look. And we've got tackle or growl. Let's tackle and go. Inflicting damage on foe. Yeah, Professor Oak, we get it. So Charmander uses Scratch. Now, what will always happen, no matter what starter that you pick, your rival will always go for the opposite in the rock, paper, scissors triangle. So you pick grass, you'll go for fire. Pick fire, you'll go for water. Pick water, you'll go for grass. So he should always have the advantage. But looking at this, hopefully, as long as we don't miss our tackle, yes! So we have sunk down our rival already. Gary has lost. Iceburgers grew to level 6. So he gets some extra little bits added on there as well. And player has defeated rival Gary. Whoop whoop! So, what? Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokemon. You might have done. That's up to you, and we got 80 for winning. Excellent. If you win your Pokemon, you earn prize money, and your Pokemon will grow. Battle other trainers and make your Pokemon strong. Okay, I'll make my Pokemon battle tough and real. Corey, Grams, smell you later. And then that's that little theme tune that Gary always gets. Its own little tune. So let's have a little go outside and adventure now. I just want to check. I'm looking at our Pokemon. Yeah, Iceburst's been fully healed. I think it always happens when you come out of that original battle. So let's just have a little donder up the road where we're going to be heading anyway and see what is up yonder. So this first episode will just be about exploring a bit so you can get the feel of what the game looks like, what you're kind of in for, and we've got our first non-trainer battle with our rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. You ever think it'd be good as a tap dancer, but with a rat-tat-tat. So, do you want to fight it? We'll just skip this now. We'll just run away from it. So we've got a little bit of experience already, so we'll just keep going. So as you can see, all the paths are pretty well laid out. There's always quite a few people on them as well. Now, let's just hover through this grass here and see where we... So we've ended up at Viridian City. So let's have a little look. So we've got Pokemon Center, so healing Pokemon for free. They get them all status off of them. Market where you can buy some supplies. A house. And something up here. Helps you don't walk into a wall. Oh, there's some dude lying on the ground there, which is not great. Pokemon Gym. So that's where you get your 8 badges to gain you entrance to the Pokemon League. What's up with this dude? Yo! I absolutely forbid you to meander through here. This is private property. Alright, settle down. Oh, Grandpa, don't be so mean. I'm sorry, you just hadn't had a coffee yet. Okay, fine, whatever. And that was a weird voice, you. No, okay, whatever. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look and see if we can get some Pokeballs. Because we'll need them to capture our Pokemon. Hey, you come from Battle Town. Well, yeah, how'd you know? You know Professor Oak, right? Yeah, maybe do. His order came in. Can I get you to take it to him, please? Okay, so we've got Oak's parcel, so that was awfully nice of him. So let's go back with that first. So we'll go hippity hop hop hippity back down the way we came. So where are we going to end up? So just going to pop over these bushes. These are little walls, by the way. It took me a while to work out what they were. If I can't go up one way but the other. But I do quite like this because I did spend a lot of time on the original ones, and there's just comparing colour wise. On the original one, I played it on a Game Boy Pocket, so you were in black and white. And when you look at it now, it's just so much different and better. We're just going to run for this Rattata as well and head back down in to see Professor Oak. But yeah, it's like beforehand I think it was maybe like 5 or 6 colours. It was actually a yellow version I played first. So as you went into different towns and different areas, the whole colour scheme changed. It was almost like blue and white with slight bits of shading and stuff. But them graphics were most of my childhood, so we're just handing over the parcel back to Oak. So Corey has delivered Oak's parcel. Ah, that must be the Pokeball. I had it on order, thank you. Gramps! Oh, here we go. I almost forgot. What did you call me for? Oh, right. I have a request for you two. On the desk here is my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Handy enough. Corey and Gary, I want to take... Corey and Gary, take these with you. So we have our Pokédex from Oak. You can't get detailed data on Pokemon just by seeing them. You must capture them to obtain complete data. So here are some tools for catching wild Pokemon. Oh, so wait, Ace, don't need to buy Pokeballs anymore. Have Pokeballs from Oak. When a wild Pokemon appears, it's fair game. Just throw a Pokeball at it and try to catch it. This won't always work, however. A healthy Pokemon can escape. You'll have to be lucky. To make a complete guide on all the Pokemon in the world, that was my dream. But now I'm too old and I just can't get the job done. So I want you to fulfill my dream for me. Get moving, you two. This is a great undertaking in Pokemon history. Alright, Gramps. Leave it to me. Leave it all to me. Corey, I hate to say it, but you won't be necessary for this. I know. I'll borrow a towel mat from my sis, and I'll tell her not to lend you one. Corey, ha 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 ha. Don't bother coming round to my place after this. And they got a theme tune again. So let's just pop down. So Professor Oak is entitled to a 10-year-old, two 10-year-olds, with a task of getting data on every Pokemon there is in this world. Talk about responsibilities when you're 10 now. If that's our house, this must be Gary's house. Yep, it is. So let's just pop in. And oh, what's that? What do you have there? What is this on the table? It's a big map of the Kanto region. Now, this would be useful. Hi. Grandpa asked you to run there? Gee, that's awful lazy of him. Here, this'll help you. Oh, nice. So we got a town map anyway, guys. So just shows that it just doesn't matter. You just have to go for what you have to go. So Daisy, the lovely Daisy, gave us that town map. So let's have a little squiz at it. So go into bag, town map. So we'll use this. So this is your basic overlook of all the towns that there is. So we have Viridian City, which we've already been, Pewter City, which is the one after, Cerulean City, and then after then you have Vermilion, Lavender, Saffron, Celadon, Fuchsia, Cinnabar, and lastly the Indigo Plateau. Now Indigo Plateau is where we want to end off our journey, because that is where the Pokemon League is. So we'll be going there when we finish up, so we'll close this to now. And what we'll do is we'll make our way back to Viridian. We'll cut through here. And of course there would be a Pokemon here, another Rattata. What I'll actually do is, we'll actually take this down just to see where we are. So we're just going to tackle. And it does take quite a bit more off. Obviously the higher level you are, the more attack and damage that you can do to them. So we'll just tackle this Rattata just for the experience, and we'll take it down. Now, a top tip for guys is that if your Pokemon does hit 0 health, you do white out or black out, can't remember which colour it is, but you do end up going to the nearest Pokemon Centre, which is the last one you actually used. So even if you don't need to heal, I would always recommend, if you're new to the game or just starting off, or you're going to come across a difficult bit, go to the nearest Pokemon Centre for you, and then from there it means that if you do white out that you've not got a lot to backtrack to. So a wild Pidgey has appeared, and this is actually quite interesting because I actually want to capture this Pokemon, so we're going to tackle, and hopefully, because it's still in green this time, if I tackle it again, it should just take it right down into the red zone. Now, when a Pokemon's in red, they're going to be the easiest point to catch, so we're going to go to our bag, we're going to go across to our Pokeballs, we're going to use a Pokeball, and fingers crossed we're going to hold the A-B trick, and hopefully it works. 1, 2, 3, jiggle jiggle locked. Yes, we have caught ourselves our first Pokemon. So, in this episode, we've done quite a bit actually. So Pidgey, the tiny bird Pokemon, does not like to fight. It hides in tall grass and so on, foraging for food such as small bugs. So, will we give a nickname to the Pidgey? Yes, we will. So, let me just have a quick. So, what I'll name it is, we will go for. So I'm a bit pernickety when it comes to
So we'll name the Pokemon Ariel, and that's because it is flying Pokemon, so kind of makes a bit more sense. And obviously there is a move which you do get for flying Pokemon called Aerial Ace. So I feel that's quite apt for a Pokemon that's a flying Pokemon, obviously. So let's hop into our Poke Center here. So always a few people looking about, and there's always a Nurse Joy with her lovely healing machine. So let's have a little talk to Nurse Joy, and would you like me to heal your Pokemon back to perfect health? Yes, Joy, that would be fantastic. So, little theme tune going on, and there we go. Thanks for waiting. Your Pokemon being restored to full health. Fantastic. We hope to see you again. Well, you shouldn't really hope to see us again. I mean, come on, you don't want to be healing all my bruised and battered up Pokemon, Nurse Joy? I am. Come on. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop out here, and this is where we're going to leave it off today. So it's just a quick intro, see how it goes, and that's everything in there for you. So any questions or stuff, feel free to hit on the send me a message. Any tips, hints, what's coming up, just let me know. But in this as well, that obviously I will be taking your guys' advice on Pokemon to catch, what to do, but there will be a subscribe button at the left hand side of the screen. Hit up on there, that way it'll keep you up to date with the latest adventures of Corey, and we can keep it going. But today guys, that's us. Peace out, I'll catch you on the flip side.